Hi, Frank Gray, attorney from Chesapeake Wills and Trust. Here today to talk to you about Maryland probate again. This time we're going to talk about what happens if you die without a will. If you're watching us on YouTube and you found value in this video, hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when we're pushing out more content that'll help you with your estate planning needs. What happens when you die without a will in Maryland and you go through probate? Now, this is a Maryland-specific issue. Probate in Maryland is different than probate in Louisiana. It's different than probate in California. But in Maryland, when you die without a will, that's called intestate. If you've ever been to one of our workshops, we call that the government's estate plan. If you die without doing any estate planning, you fall into the government's estate plan. And it may not be exactly what you wanted, but if you're at that point, you may be stuck with it. So let's go through some of the different scenarios, because where your property goes after all of the valid debts are paid is going to depend on who's alive, who your heirs and descendants are at the time of your death. Now, also remember, this is only going to apply to probate property. It's not going to apply to non-probate property. Remember when we did the overview of probate, we explained the difference between probate property and non-probate property. A link down below to that video if you need to watch it. All right, so first on the pecking order is if you die with children but no spouse, then that's easy. Your children would equally inherit the entire estate in equal shares. If you have 3 children, they would each get a 1/3 share. If you have 5 children, they would each get a 1/5 share. Next would be if you died with a spouse, but no other descendants or parents. That's another easy one. Your spouse would inherit your entire estate. Next, and we're starting to get a little more complicated here, what about if you die and you have a spouse and children who are minors, meaning they're under the age of 18? So what happens in that scenario is your spouse would inherit half, and your minor children would inherit the other half in equal shares. So what if when you die, you have a living spouse and living adult children? Then what happens is your spouse gets the first $40,000 of the probate assets, and then your spouse and children split the remainder. So your spouse would get half and the children split the half, meaning if you have 3 children, they each get 1/3 of the 1/2 or 1/6 of the total after that first $40,000 is taken. So what if you have a spouse but no living children, but your parents are still alive when you die? The answer is it depends on how long you've been married. If you've been married for less than 5 years, your spouse gets the first $40,000, and then your spouse and parents would split the remainder. So your spouse got half the remainder, and your living parent or parents get the other half. If, on the other hand, you've been married more than 5 years, then your spouse gets everything and your parents don't get anything. Next is, what if you die but your parents are still alive? You're not married, you have no spouse and no descendants. That's another easy one. Your parents in equal shares would inherit your entire estate. Our final example, if you die and you have no spouse, you have no children, you have no living descendants, but you have siblings. That's another easy one. Your siblings in equal shares would inherit your entire estate. If you want to find out more about probate in Maryland, more about what happens if you die without a will, make sure to click on the link below, get a free copy of our probate guide.